Niche down to grow on YouTube and in business. How to dominate your niche on YouTube. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths, and I'm going to show you how you can dominate your niche and really stand out. And on YouTube, it is totally possible, even when you have a small audience and you think, how can I possibly stand out with all the big guns? The reality is that actually, when it comes to your niche, it is sticking very firmly to your lane and making sure that you are making the most of keywords and the Google search engine. Because remember, YouTube is owned by Google. So when somebody types a question into Google, you can pop up as the answer. And it doesn't matter if you don't have a massive subscriber base and massive following, because people are just searching for that video in your niche. And so that is the thing that can make you make the difference. Because at the end of the day, it's about the keywords and the search terminology that you are using, and also how new that video is. So if you are dominating in a niche that's kind of not particularly competitive, you can do really well and really quickly. I was working with a client the other day, and I'm going to show you this example because it is so exciting of how amazing it was to stand out in a niche very quickly. So let's dive in. To successfully grow on YouTube, one of the most important things to do is to niche down. And that can sound really like generic, and what does that really mean? But essentially it means absolutely zoning in on what you do and targeting a specific audience. So if you want to be a business coach, let's say for example you want to be a business coach. So if we look up business coaching as a topic, suddenly we've got various videos. Okay, so but actually business coaching, this gets 2.4 thousand views 1 year ago. So that is what is business coaching, or the power of business coaching, or what does a business coach actually do? And it starts giving you ideas of titles. And so what you can start doing is, rather than, you don't want to copy someone's video, but you can certainly use the titles of people's videos to help you to then start really nailing the kind of content that you want to do. So say, for example, this one, how to launch your coaching business from scratch in 5 days. Okay, so if you wanted to take that as an example, and you think, okay, what steps can you start talking about? And then that might lead to other videos. And so the second thing that really comes from that is that you can have this as a kind of more generalist video, how to grow your business through coaching. But then you might look at actually, let's say, launching a group program. Okay, so start thinking about how you're going to then the next step. And so actually this then becomes more niche. And so we've got this one here by the lovely Carrie Green, how to start and grow a successful membership site and program. So it's like, okay, so there's obviously, that's got 48,000 views. There's obviously masses of interest in that topic. And so it's really just taking, maybe it's that title. Let's have a look at that title. So how to start and grow a successful membership site around your passion. So making sure you've got those words in there so you can rank number 1. Also, if we then look at this here, we can see Carrie's got almost 3 million views, hugely successful channel. What tags is she using? So the tags here is membership site, obviously, Stu McLaren, who's a kind of leader in this field. So start thinking about tags. What else could you do? So that's really the first thing when it comes to niching down. It's like, how can you drill down further into that content topic? The second phase of this is really using something like Answer the Public to get some ideas. So whatever niche you're going for. So let's just have a look at business coaching, for example. So if we were to use this, what would come up? So Answer the Public, there is a paid for version and the free version. So you can, just start with the free version, and it's this amazing tool that gives you lots of ideas. So it's gathering the data. So here's lots of ideas for business coaching, which might give you ideas for topics. So, what is business coaching? What is business coaching and mentoring? Business coaching definition? What's it cost? So these are the kind of questions that the public are asking about business coaching. And so you can start using these as content ideas. Now, the most important thing to do is recognizing that these are questions that the public are asking. And so these are ones that people, really want to know and understand more about. You can save those questions. And so if we took that into kind of this method here, so you can see these are the kind of topics that people want to know about. So business coaching for whether it's for fitness professionals or entrepreneurs or whatever it may be. And so, if you then took all of those, all of those ideas, some of those aren't relevant. Some of those are, more specific to like their location specific or whatever it may be. But there are some, business coaching and consulting services. So if you took that as an idea and we then said, okay, let's look at that. How can we niche down further on that? Because there will be topics that are hugely, massive growth areas, but at the same time, it's where can you start to add more value? So if we took this as an example, and then, okay, so here, this one has, 50K views from Dan Locke, okay? Or this one, 240K. So he's obviously doing really well at answering, these questions, okay? So these are all getting, a good amount of views. So what you want to do is take that title and add something on the back. So it could be business coaching and consulting services, how I have grown my online business, or how to grow your online business fast. And by doing that and adding in an additional statement, an additional phrase, it means that you're niching down on the amount of searches. You're reducing the amount of searches, but you're also covering off two pools of people. There's going to be the people searching for business coaching and consulting, and the people who are searching for the second part of your title, where you're covering off that question. And so that enables you to sort of mix, to get views from two pools of people, but at the same time, you're niching down your answers. And the more that you can niche down, the more that you can focus on one particular area, the better. Because the algorithm works where it starts showing your content to that pool of people. So if you are known for a particular thing, you want to niche in that topic so that people get to know you more for that topic. So the next thing we're going to do is look at something like gluten-free chocolate brownies, okay? So when you start typing in gluten-free and I'm about to write chocolate, it brings up with all these different options. So you want to see where people aren't searching for masses of content, but there isn't that many videos. The videos might be old, so you want to say, right, where can I add that point of difference? Because if people are regularly contributing videos into that topic, well, you might rank number one for a short space of time, then it's harder for you to still maintain that, rank of number one or whatever it may be. So if you see here, like gluten-free chocolate brownie recipe. So let's see when this was made. So actually, the number one recipe was made 4 years ago. This recipe was made 8 months ago, 2 years ago. So as you can see where it says gluten-free brownies, it doesn't just say, oh, gluten-free brownies. It says rich and fudgy gluten-free brownies, and then you've got 6 ingredients. So immediately that is telling you, these are gooey, nice recipes, and there's only 6 ingredients. So it's super easy to make without it being, and at the same time, it is ensuring that it's niching down because it's adding in the words rich and fudgy. Rather than just saying gluten-free brownies, it's saying rich and fudgy gluten-free brownies. So it reduces the pool of people that are going to see the content, but that means you have more chance of ranking number 1. And so when you rank number 1 in that smaller pool of people, then it can start sharing that content with other people. So think of the way, what words can you add to your video so that rather than it being you just saying business coaching, you said, or gluten-free brownies, you said something, rich and fudgy, or grow a 6-figure business with business coaching. So you're niching down that content. And the more that you can do that, the better it is. Now, I'm looking at these. So some of the most successful ones, 4 years old, 2 years old. There's some from, 7 months ago. But there's quite a lot of content that is, aside from this one here, which is 1 month ago, there's quite a lot of content that's old. So that's telling me that there is possibility in this category for you to stand out and make a difference. And this was made 1 month ago and it's already got 77,000 views. Obviously, Clean and Delicious has 1.6 million subscribers. But the fact that it says healthy brownie recipe makes me go, oh, yeah, because that makes it sound even more appealing. So what other words could you add in? So it's kind of, it's healthy, but it's also a chocolate brownie. To me, that's like, oh my God, I need that. And so think about that. It's obviously you might not be making gluten-free brownies, but what else could you be doing where you add in that extra ingredient to make people think, oh, I need that content. I need it. More than you need anyone else's when you're looking down this list, you must watch that video. How can you make your video the most compelling video out of everyone else's? And when you start really, drilling down, looking at other people's content and in that same search category, and then you can ask yourself, how can I make my content more compelling? And so the final thing with that is also the thumbnail. So when you look down at the thumbnails, which one appeals to you most of all? And I have to say that one looks pretty amazing with all the fruit on the top. It looks really beautiful. But at the same time, it might make me go, oh, I think that looks too fancy for me. So you want to think which one makes you go, oh, and that one, the healthy gluten-free, makes that they look really yummy brownies. So, or like, I have to say these, they're all making me look hungry. But, you have to think like, what is the most compelling thumbnail that you can possibly create? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. I share lots of tips and strategies to help you grow your audience. And at the core of that is really nailing your niche. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. If you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the bell as well so you get notifications. Bye, bye, bye.